Okay, let's see here. All right. So I may be a little late to this, quote unquote late. But anyways, I bumped into this thing about I was looking at ASAP Rocky and Travis Scott, and then one of the things that showed up was Travis Scott. Well, because I was looking for the Fortnite, I was in the mood for the Fortnite music. But anyways, I thought it was ASAP. Um, but actually that'd be really cool to see ASAP and Travis on a Fortnite presentation. Anyways, this earthquake thing that people talk about that happened in Rome, or was it? Yeah, near Circus Maximus, there was shaking. People felt the earth, and supposedly it was as the magnitude of the bouncing of the fans and the music combined was enough of a frequency and vibration to cause the earth to shake. Now, for some people, they're just seeing that like, wow, that's amazing. I'm like, and for other people, we see that and we're like, wow, that really is amazing. That is powerful. So that is a beautiful representation of how synchronized rhythm, energy, frequency, even, especially if they're using 432 hertz frequency, synchronized rhythm, energy, frequency, and vibrations can shake and move mountains. That's important. And why is this important? Because with the drama in certain political spectrums around the globe, people tend to think that power is those with money or those with guns, and it really isn't. See, everything, all these material things at the end of the day run on the same basic principle, which is energy, frequencies, and vibration. That being said, there are those tapping into the electrical power that we are, and that's what we're doing with the mega project. So if you want to be part of the mega project, as I have mentioned before, you can join the mega project and you can send an email. Okay, because we are working with different things for I'm going to give you a rundown of what this mega project entails. Self sustainability is number one, and that means gardening, planting food, all right, plant food, food forests, restoring nature. Being sustainable also has efforts in taking small amounts of energy and amplifying it. In this way, we don't have to overexploit resources or people. It's also taking self sustainability, also has to do with taking our own energy, what some call static electricity, but it's just electricity in general. Okay. And amplifying that and relooping it back into oneself. This relooping of this energy is also applicable to vehicles. All right. Aside from self sustainability, transportation is also involved in this. This is a whole nation of its own, basically. All right. You can call it a nation of its own, but honestly speaking, it's a global effort, right? Because the efforts are being put in globally from different parts of the world, not just US, or sorry, well, not just America, okay, because USA is the corporation, not just America, but other continents as well. All right. So that's part of the mega project. The mega project also has, yes, I have to change the name though, sexy battle time or sexy combat games. And this sexy combat game, which is um, two spirit buy friendly, and I specifically mentioned two spirit buy friendly. It's L and G friendly too, but I specifically mentioned two spirit buy friendly because such people who can merge and work with the energies of male and female, those are the ones who have more potential to transmute the energy. So these sexy themed combat games are about transmutation. It's not about focusing on it's not about focusing on the root. It's not about focusing on sexual pleasure. We take this energy and through play, through combat, through dance, through song, and all the energies that are present within that source of energy, starting from the activation of the root. Okay. We work with this energy, we transmute it, okay, and we teach others to do the same thing wherever they are in their lives. We're also, of course, we advocate for remembering that animals are friends, not food. We're also working on racing on land, sea, and air. Uh, we're also working on a regular uh, style of race, a combat style that isn't uh, that doesn't have to deal with the sacred root energy. That will include land, sea, and air combat. Um, but those who are on the ground definitely will probably most likely be working with their root energy. But anyways, yeah, this is part of the mega project, y'all. So the mega project is self-sustainability, transmutation of energy, alignment, elevation, um, combat sports, and yeah, protecting nature, restoring nature. There's a lot of cement in the world, and honestly, a lot of cement. Like there are many places in the world. I'll give you an example: Tokyo, New York. Those places, there's so much cement, but all that area, all of that space can be turned into lush, beautiful vegetation. Okay. And then when it comes to transportation, there are so many alternatives that are clean, self sustaining, okay, customizable. Okay. And that customization also ties into the mega project. Customizable and more safe for both people and the animals that roam free. For example, hover cars. Some of you remember Diddy Kong Racing. You remember playing in those little hover boats with the fans behind them, something like that, with that nice donut shaped bubble, and you sitting on the inside. That's a lot better for transportation, a lot more safer, I would say, because it has some kind of cushion. So let's say, for example, that with this mode of transportation, you're moving around the lush, beautiful world. We could call it even a solar punkish world, solar punkish, expressive, self-sustaining world. So let's say you're moving around or whatnot, and maybe you hit something, whether it be a tree or let's say a deer gets in the way, hypothetically, right? So, cool thing about having that hover donut is that, well, most likely it'll just bounce. There won't be something very hard hitting it, even though they have sustained very hard hits. Nonetheless, if we know we're strong like that, we don't even need to, we can do the efforts to make things safe so that that strength can be used and harnessed for something else, such as protecting all of life from those who wish to hunt life or those who wish to, um, what's that word? Well, those who wish to make or subjugate, that's the word I'm looking for, subjugate people and others, beings, to their greeds, illusions of greed and power. So, anyways, join the mega project. And yeah, that's part of the mega project. And I find that whole earthquake thing that they talk, how they describe it, other people bouncing, it's very powerful. Namaste. Also, if you guys are enjoying this content, for right now, I am using just email and this online text now app. And basically, as far as anybody wanting to support, until I have everything else, like a Patreon, for example, set up, if anybody is interested in supporting this channel, You can do so by sending donations through Publix, all right, to my email on a Publix gift card. So I'm going to send that. I'll put that in the description, and that's where you guys can go ahead and support Rosy. Now we are in the process as far as Rosy. I'm gonna show y'all Rosy in a bit. We are in the process of making sure that we can remove this fatty mass tumor that Rosy has on the outer wall of her vagina. And I'll show you guys Rosy. For right now, we're using a holistic method that many vets have talked about, which is tying the fatty tumor so that the circulation to it and the oxygen is removed and it goes through necrosis. But since she is on her period, we are waiting. Yes, all my babies stay intact. So if you guys want to support that, you can send me that inquiry through email. I will have a list ready. So whatever this video is worth, you know, maybe some people see it, maybe some people don't. Doesn't matter. I'm doing my best efforts. And Rosy, what's up? Hey, Rosy, say hey. Say what's up. Huh? I know I woke you up. Sorry. Pretty girl. Namaste.